versus, I almost straight away went with the away Arsenal strip, but it is PSG home kit for Omen Returns, the first of the live stream so far today for PSG. And on the right we have, of course, OSTRYBUCH, the 15-year-old wonder kid, kicking with the home Arsenal kit. 30 seconds gone. Oh, some early feints here from Verratti. Some mind games there from Omen Returns, saying, listen, 15-year-old, I'm here, I'm back. But out of play for a throw.
I think something's going on with one of the controllers, because we just saw OSTRYBUCH kick it out of play, and surely you wouldn't see two weird moments like that within the first minute.
You never know, we've seen it all, René.
It's true, we've seen it all. So yeah, one of many reasons to like Osman Idris, aka Omen Returns. He is now using PSG, so we finally get to see something else than just Liverpool and Arsenal, but also many more reasons to like him. You've talked about the Dutch guys being the nicest guys around, but if you're talking about nice guys, this guy, he's the one. He's up top in that ranking for me, because he's always coming up to you and wanting to hug and wanting to touch and wanting
sometimes
to talk about.
No, but it's great. You are correct. He's great to see, and of course he does the same with his fellow players. You know, he says nice things about them. But he's also, what's great for us watching and casting on is when the players really get involved in the moment, and he lives and breathes it, doesn't he? You know, every celebration. You know, look how relaxed he is here, always smiling.
Always smiling. He's kind of like the Ronaldinho of PES, would you say?
Okay, yeah, I could go with that. Okay, I could definitely go with that. And of course, so that we've talked a bit about him. Just touching on the 15-year-old OSTRYBUCH, it's such a big occasion for such a young man, but how calm and composed does he look? Yeah,
he looks like it doesn't faze him at all, and it has looked like that in his games as well, because you will remember against Lotfi, he was he just took the upper hand. He scored within, I think, the first 10 minutes, right?
Yes, he did. He went 1-0 up against Lotfi, who was one of the favourites.
So, yeah, no respect for the big names. He just goes up there and shows that he's here to stay, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty more of him.
And in terms of formations, René, what are you seeing? We've got a 4-4-2 on both, but one of them's the diamond at this moment in time for OSTRYBUCH. How does that affect their gameplay? Does it make them play a lot more narrow, or does it still depend on other factors?
Interesting. So you've got a reasonably modern setup for OSTRYBUCH, which goes with his age, and then a reasonably classic 4-4-2 with two wide wingers pushing up for Osman Idris. Omen Returns, sorry. So yeah, interesting how that will pan out. I have yet to see. I couldn't make a call on that.
And of course, some people that watching at home that might be joining us and haven't been a part of the PES League before, they're taking quite a long time to obviously go through all these tactical tweaks and stuff. How important is it to get everything ready right from the start?
Extremely, it's so important to have that out of the way and to be able to focus on your game. And right now we're going to see a bit of a restart. That first minute is going to be scratched away so that Omen Returns does have possession from the kickoff. So we're going to see PSG once again on the left side of the pitch kicking off as soon as the players are ready.
Yep, it's going to be Kylian Mbappe to take that kick as soon as Omen Returns is happy that everything is good to go. In terms of how important this game is, both of them, hopefully we can get some graphics on the screen, but I know as far as...
I think it's do or die for both of them.
I know that Omen Returns was on 4 points from 2 games. I'm not sure whether he's played another game since.
He's got the 1 versus 5 loss versus Lotfi Deraji and his third game. So he's now on 4 points from 3 games, so he needs this one to proceed.
And in terms of the 15-year-old on the other side, do we know where we're up to with him?
Yeah, he's got 2 games, so he's got 2 games left to play, including this one, and he's got the 3-1 versus HENKDENHAAG and the 1-3 versus Logi.
So he's on 3 points.
So 3 points.
So yeah, you are right. It's a hugely important match, and we are going straight back to the game. You don't want to be dwelling on our ugly faces for too long. We are live back here for PSG versus Arsenal. Omen Returns versus OSTRYBUCH, and it is the 15-year-old OSTRYBUCH who has the early possession here, and pressure going towards the edge of the area. A chance here for Gilmour on the right-hand side, cuts in field, finds Iwobi, plays it across, and good challenge in the end from Thiago Silva.
good start, but once again it seems like the controls of Omen returns aren't up to scratch, or that was a lapse in concentration.
No,
so,
I think he's struggling at this moment in time, and we've already mentioned how important this game is. They have to get everything right.
Would it be mind games?
It could be mind
because
games. You never know.
He surely...
We're not saying that for, you know, we would never go as far as saying the gamesmanship would go to that level, but we have seen many things on the PES League.
Oh, yeah. So right now, do you feel like this might affect the mindset and the focus of OSTRYBUCH, being only 15 years old?
I mean, it's possible. Other than the fact that having seen him already on the live stream, I would suggest no. Anyone else, possibly it might affect them, but I think he seems like a very calm and composed character, but we will only the future will tell. We are, you know, hindsight will be a great thing, but of course we are hopefully going to get back with the action very, very soon. Again, just going through the stages of the setup, of course, and in terms of how this is going to play out across the rest of the tournament, Rene, do you see from this group, especially these two players, do you think they have what it takes to go all the way, or have you seen other players already today that you think are just head and shoulders above some of the players here?
Well, obviously USMAKABYLE has not surprised us, but has shown himself capable of what we thought he could bring to the table. So he's on absolute fire, and that's so important on a match day like this, on a big tournament where you have the finals played the exact same day. So USMAKABYLE should be number one for us. Alex Alguacil has shown himself to be absolutely impeccable today. He's up there. Lotfi Deraji hasn't lost a game yet, has posted some big numbers as well.
So this is your Group C, as you can see on the screen. We've got Lotfi with 6 points from 2 games. He's looking home and hosed there. Omen returns on 4 points, of course, as we mentioned, and then 3 for the 15-year-old that's playing, but he has only played 2 games, so he has that game in hand. Would you prefer to have the points, or would you prefer to have the game in hand?
I'd prefer to have the game in hand, I feel, because then you're not sitting watching butt clenched to some other games. So yeah, I'd rather be playing. I'd be less nervous than when I'm sitting watching someone else play and be dependent on them to do me a favor.
Round 3, take 3. Hopefully this is the one that's going to get us underway all the way.
Third time's the charm.
We will certainly know after a couple of minutes if we're still playing whether everything has been sorted. Again, we must stress how important it is to get everything right, because they don't want to have any reason to suggest why they weren't able to make it through, as Gilmore picks the ball up and finds Aubameyang, but interception, and now Thiago Silva plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Refreshing to see PSG, Rene?
Oh yeah, very refreshing, and I'm glad to see some other names on the pitch once again. Also refreshing to see Omen returns for the first time on stream. That's good to see as well. You were asking about, do you see either of these two guys winning this tournament? Maybe. I have to say, because Omen returns already had a big game against Lotfi Deraji and lost it 1-5. It would be a stretch to say he's got what it takes to win this tournament. For OSTRYBUCH, a lot of that depends on how this game is going to pan out. Absolutely. He made it close against Lotfi, so I'm very impressed with him so far.
Yeah, first real chance there. It was more of a half chance, really, just sort of scuffed off the top of his forehead and wide. We feel we'll get much better chances than that. That might be the kiss of death, of course. A second goal going in for the almighty DS, another guy from the Netherlands, and they are starting to, as we suggested, a slow start, but they're starting to come into the tournament more and more there, and as the ball gets played up towards Angel Di Maria now. One back though, and a chance for OSTRYBUCH to get over that halfway line with Aubameyang. He's got support through the middle, and that's a really bad challenge. The referee decided not to play on because of the offside flag. That would have been a real controversial decision had he been onside and pulled it back for the free kick.
Perfect timing from the PSG defense to step. Look at that ball over the top for Angel Di Maria, the Argentine, to latch on to. He's going to maybe whip one in. No, Adrien Rabiot, the Frenchman, but he's not going to be able to bring the French connection, because there we go, he's lost the ball, and it's Arsenal up front once again. OSTRYBUCH now on the ball. Look at that, he's got options to pick out from, but he's not going to take the right one. Rabiot in between, but losing the ball. There we go. Big moment here for OSTRYBUCH. Can he make it count? Not just yet, but he's going to get a corner. 60
minutes gone here. First real chance for OSTRYBUCH, and it's gone out of play for a corner. And, well, warning signs there for Omen returns. People are looking at him to sort of fly the flag really for the UK, but it seems like at this moment in time, in terms of you know, actual pressure chances, that OSTRYBUCH is on the front foot as the ball gets cleared out only as far as Kylian Mbappe. Chance to counter here for PSG, pops it off though and tries to go for the return, but he doesn't receive the pass, and he's run the ball all the way out of play. Really disappointing counter-attack there for Oman Returns, but he has won it back. 18 minutes gone, 0-0.
Yeah, and Oman, he is from the UK, of course, but nowadays spends most of his time in Dubai, where he now lives and works together with his lovely wife. So he has come back to Europe for this tournament, of course, and he's very, very happy to see all these familiar faces again. Very happy to see guys like Graham Day and yourself, Anne. So it's like kind of like a cool trip for him. There's no pressure on him to win this tournament, but then again, like you say, the you guys...
Having known him though, he's a fierce competitor, and he's got a chance here as the ball gets played towards Edison Cavani!
Oh, well done!
And it's the first real chance, and it's been taken impeccably by Oman Returns.
Oh yeah, the Uruguayan striker Edison Cavani, you wouldn't put it past him to finish that one off. Surely you don't want to give him a one-on-one chance. Perfectly seeks the edge of the goal, slips it underneath the keeper, and once again brings his bow and arrow onto the scene. Look at that, very well played.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
It was just a really clinical finish. Not only did it have power, but it had the placement, something we've become akin to seeing from Edison Cavani over the years. And when given a sniff, and well, it was breathtaking football from Oman Returns, and he's in front here.
Oh yeah. Oman Returns doing really, really well. I love that offensive move. And of course, remember the times where Edison Cavani used to be in the shadow of that other legendary striker, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Those days are long gone. He is right now one of the big names, together with, of course, Mbappe and Neymar. That's one of the big reasons to choose PSG. They've got three solid guys up front. But look at Arsenal. OSTRYBUCH doesn't seem to be fazed by that goal against. He just quickly goes towards the other end, tries to create something himself. Like we said, he's really got a good head on him, like we say in Holland.
Yeah, just touching on what you were mentioning about the team selection, we'll just let this chance play out before we get to that as it gets cleared away. Obviously, people joining us late in the stream, stat balancing comes into effect. Rene, can you explain to the guys at home how that means that so many players have chosen Arsenal?
Yeah, because basically the ratings of the players are added up, and they're equaled out, so to make sure that everyone has the same kind of chance to win a match, even if they're playing with ADO Den Haag or maybe Fulham, whatever kind of team you want to play with. But then again, still the physicalities of the players are the same as they are in real life. So if you've got strong guys like this one, Edison Cavani up front, that's going to give you an edge over a team with a small guy up front like well, Lionel Messi, for instance. That's the reason you don't see any Barcelonas out here.
Yeah, a lot of small players for the Barcelona tiki-taka style.
Yeah.
Of course, it has been used by a few players, but it's in towards Edison Cavani, saved by Leno. Massive chance again to make it 2-0, and you feel, Rene, something's brewing here where the next goal, sorry to use another cliche, but the next goal is all going to be crucial.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially if it goes the way of Oman Returns. If OSTRYBUCH scored, it's still anyone's ball game, but with 2-0 before the first half ends, that will be a massive mental hammer strike on top of the young guy's head. OSTRYBUCH right now still on the ball though. He's looking solid. He keeps on playing.
Yeah, it's just broken down there. You may have seen a graphic on the top left-hand side just a few minutes ago. Angriguero up against the formidable
look at that.
Alex Alguacil, but we're going to come back to that because it's a real chance here for Lacazette. Saved by the goalkeeper, tips over the top, stunning save. But in the other game, 1-1 between Alex Alguacil and Angriguero. So the all-Spanish affair in a very important match is all square at this moment in time.
Yeah, that's a big one, mainly for Antonio Graguero, who wants to cement his place in that group as one of the two guys to go on.
There you go.
Needs a result there then. There we go. Yeah, he's on top, in fact. Alex Alguacil, of course, having a game in hand. So yet to play.
It looks like Angriguero might have got a second in that game then to go 2-1 up, because he has 9 points according to that table there. As it's whipped around the danger area
there we
and
go.
Turned home by Lacazette. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for the Frenchman, and OSTRYBUCH is back in this match, and it's 1-1, Rene.
Game on, yeah. We were talking about him not switching off after that, conceding that goal. So we were applauding his mental game, and he's shown it right here. He started creating chances again. Got a big one just now. Then from the corner, whips it in, and there we go. Finally gets it. 1-1, and anyone's ball game. Like I said, who's going to win this? Any ideas?
I did predict the young lad, and having come from behind, he showed tremendous amount of mental determination and, more importantly, ability. So I'm going to stick with my prediction, but it could be a very, very wrong one, because Omen Returns has also shown glimpses of pure brilliance in this opening 45 minutes, and I felt graced to be a part of this UK exhibition so far today.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see that it doesn't go the way of the final in the national qualifiers.
You never know. It could be 6 in the second half.
Could be, yeah. 60% possession for Omen Returns. That's a good thing for him. He's created chances as well. The ball over the top for Cavani. He should have gotten his second there, but still all to play for. There we go. Cavani, talking about him. Gets on the ball, loses it, but then still PSG on it. Marco Verratti, the young Italian man, still only 25 or 26 years old. Might make a big money move to one of the big teams anyway. Let's focus on this, because chance almost created. OSTRYBUCH gets in between Mikołaj Zietek, the young man with Polish roots in there somewhere in his family tree, but obviously a UK passport, has lived there his whole life, and he's gonna make the UK proud in years to come, I'm pretty sure, if he's not already doing it.
Absolutely. 52 minutes gone here, yet clarification of that second goal for Angregero to go 2-1 up against Alex Agathiel. But back here we have an incredibly important next 35 minutes or so, plus stoppage time, to potentially find a winner for one of these two teams, which could see them give themselves a massive chance of qualification, Rene.
Oh yeah, massive chance indeed. Whoever takes 3 points here takes a huge step. Of course, the 3 points are needed for Omen Returns. OSTRYBUCH could use them very, very well, let's say that, but a draw for him wouldn't be a catastrophe. Right now a draw for Osman. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. There we go. OSTRYBUCH completely back in the game. 2-1 up after trailing 1 in the first half, quickly as well. And he's completely fought himself back into this match. He keeps on grinding until he gets what he wants.
We talk about the ability of the young 15-year-old, but you've got to mention his mental capabilities to be able to go 1-0 down at such a crucial stage in the tournament, to then turn it on its head within the space of about 25 minutes or so, either side of half-time. And what an important goal this may prove to be, as Lacazette just plays it into the bottom left-hand side. A stunning finish in the end, and it's advantage to the wee baby.
The wee baby. Yeah, well, look at the calmness he displays as well. There was the reaction he had after that goal, or maybe even lack thereof. It shows that he's very composed, that even when he makes the most important goal that he's ever scored in Pro Evolution Soccer, he's still keeping his focus. He knows this is not done and dusted. He knows he has yet half an hour to play. And look at that, ooh, Cavani almost getting on the end of that, stepped on his feet by the defender. I think that was Socrates, and now he's going to get a free kick on a beautiful position. Osman Idris, aka Omen Returns. Is he going to make this count? Out goes straight for goal.
Yeah, it's going to be Neymar up to go over the ball. And have we seen one of the goals of the tournament? It's Neymar. It's Omen Returns. It's 2-2 in this UK derby affair. And what a goal to bring yourself back into the match, Rene.
And look at him. He was standing up from his chair. He knows how important that was. He needs everything he can get going his way right now. What a beautiful free kick. Curls it perfectly over the wall.
It was
no chance for the keeper.
It was postage stamp stuff there from Neymar, under the strict instructions of Omen. Aussie Returns. A brilliant, brilliant goal for him. And it's well and truly game on now, Rene, with the final 20 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's got to remind you of that free kick goal Neymar scored from the other side of the box against PSG for Barcelona in an epic comeback thriller a couple of years ago. But right now we're going to see some...
very well, Rene.
Oh, yeah. We're going to see some tactical changes, Adam. What is this going to mean for the remainder of this match? We've got half an hour left to play. Going to see...
So we've got a more width coming from PSG and Omen Returns compared to this still very narrow 4-4 diamond 2 from OSTRYBUCH. Do you think, I mean, it seems like all of the changes really are coming from Omen returns. He's still staying with that wide sort of front three behind Edison Cavani. Do you think he's going to stay like that and go for the third goal to win it, or do you think a point to make it 5 points, is that enough?
It's not enough, no. 5 points is not going to be enough, not in this group, the way things are standing right now. So he is going to go for the win. And you don't see any tactical switches on the side of OSTRYBUCH. He is going to bring in some fresh legs. Willock in the place of Alexander Lacazette, I think. Maybe one on the midfield as well.
Yeah, Gilmore's coming out as well.
Right. Let's see. Danny Welbeck is going to come in. He needs those fresh legs. He needs some speedy guys up front.
And in terms of OSTRYBUCH, he's gone, well, he went 1-0 down, back to 1-1, then 2-1 in front, now back to 2-2. It's gone this way and that like a seesaw. And which way is it going to go now, René?
Yeah, is he going to have shaky hands? That's the thing we are looking for an answer for. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the case because he's looked so solid this tournament. Then again, the pressure is on more than ever. This is the most important game he has played in his career to date. Maybe the next one is even more important. But who knows, we're about to find out. For Omen returns, this is last chance saloon.
What a flick.
Oh, what a flick on indeed. But not going to be able to get on the end of it. And still a breather for Omen returns. Osman Idris on the end of it. Oh, look at that. Perfectly played. Choupo-Moting puts it wide. Should have taken the time to get the first touch right and then bury it in the back of the net maybe. Although that defender was there, quick to pounce.
Huge opportunity for PSG. It would have been 3-2 after being 2-1 down. What a turnaround that would have been. Very, very hard to call this game as it just keeps ebbing and flowing like the tides of the oceans as Thiago Silva picks it up and now gives it away, and now one back, and it's tit for tat here inside the halfway line as Neymar now tries to fling it forwards. One back to Verratti. 20 minutes remaining and still PSG have the bulk of possession here.
Oh yeah, look at that. This is an absolute thriller right now, even as it's getting more and more sloppy, starting to get a bit of a grit to it, a bit of a struggle in midfield, you'd say. But OSTRYBUCH finally worms away from his opponent, swings it in with the cross. He's going to get on the end of it, but no, lacks direction. Not even going to be a goal kick. The way things are, he's going to be able to keep it in. But there we go, finally PSG take over, and Omen returns with a ball on the line, perfectly
Real
weighted.
Chance for a counter here. Julian Draxler now forward towards it, Kylian Mbappe, and that last cross flashed all the way across the face. Just a stud to the ball, and it would have been 3-2, but he's still got a chance here down the left-hand side. Aaron Ramsey towards the back post, into the danger area, saved by the goalkeeper. Surely the winner here, saved by the goalkeeper again. Unbelievable double save from Leno. And how on earth has that stayed out?
What am I seeing? Maybe should have gone for the far end of the goal, was straight through the middle, and then the rebound wasn't there as well. But look at this, Choupo-Moting, latch onto it. No, off the post and out. Rebound, possibly, no, it's not going to happen. And there we go, breather once again, this time for OSTRYBUCH, who puts it out on the left flank of the field, deep through the defense, slices and dices right through, but doesn't get the ending pass right. And then we're going to see PSG have a breather.
It's a titanic battle here, a UK derby, and we don't know how this is going to go. 2-2 would be a fair result, but it might not happen. It's Neymar, he cuts back. Should he have shot? We will never know. A shot probably would have been the better option, but still, we are deadlocked with just 8 minutes remaining, and René, one goal now would surely be enough to give them all 3 important points in this group stage, and it's out with Julian Draxler in towards the middle. It's another gilt-edge opportunity that's come and gone.
Again, Choupo-Moting, the man who made a name for himself by saving that ball on the line, but it wasn't heroics, it was epic foolishness, because it would have been a goal for PSG this season, and he cleared it off his own line, off the line of the opponent. Somehow also misses some gilt-edged chances here today on the digital pitch, and surely Omen returns will be ruining these unless he scores in the next 5 minutes or in injury time. He will have chances if he plays his cards right, but OSTRYBUCH is going to get in between there. Will he have time to put up an offensive move of his own? Definitely will.
And just like the final yesterday, I'm having kittens here as Iwobi picks it up, tries to play it in towards the danger, saved by Thiago Silva from a defensive point of view, and now a chance to counter. A goal now right at the death would be a heartbreak for the young 15-year-old, but he's won it back. Can he create this Cinderella story of his own? As the ball gets played through towards Danny Welbeck, cleared away, and with just 1 minute remaining, now this is the final chance, surely. It's been won back. We just don't know. The referee has